Hey y'all, it's DJ. Welcome back to my channel. Let's talk books. So it's already March. Like, when did March just like roll around? Like, I feel like I didn't even get a chance to like enjoy the beginning of the year because time is just flying by. And because time is flying by, I have read absolutely nothing in these past 2 weeks. No, I'm kind of lying. I have read like maybe 10 pages here, 5 pages there. Haven't really been reading much, so here we are. But the cool thing about me not reading so much in the past few weeks is that I get to talk about other books that I want to read, and because it is Mammoth March. I've never heard of Mammoth March a day in my life. This is something new that I've seen other booktubers do. And I was like, you know what? Let me jump into this because everyone knows I love a chunky book. And Mammoth March, I guess, is dedicated to a bunch of like big books that you may read in March, or just highlighting like big books that you have and maybe reading one of them if you can possibly get through it, because you get what Mammoth is. Mammoth, big, you get it. We're not going to be reading all these big books this month. Maybe one, maybe none. We'll see. But this is my Mammoth stack. I mean, I have other big books, but I think it has to be like over 800 or 900 pages. And these books are kind of giving that. I've talked about a few of these, maybe all of them already, but this is the stack. So before we go any further, you already know what time it is. It's time to talk about what's going on with these nails, right? So let's see if we can get a focus going. I mean, all right, so this is me trying a new color. They're green, but they're not green. They're like blue, and they change. I mean, they're interesting. I don't know how well you all can see those, but something's happening there. Yeah, they're cool. I like them. Yeah, no, trying something new. Here we are. So the first book on my Mammoth March marathon page long, big, chunky book is The Count of Monte Cristo. Yeah, so I mean, we've all heard about The Count of Monte Cristo. This is by Alexander Dumas. And yeah, this is one of those books. I mean, honestly, I really got this book because it was so big, and I just felt like I'm a reader now, so let me get the biggest book I can find on Amazon. And I don't know. So this book is about 1,300 pages. And I've had this book for about 2 years, and I've read none of it. So many people I know have like read it, reread it, and it's just a thing. This is like a classic, clearly, Penguin classic. And yeah, I haven't read it yet. And I think I have not read it because it is such a thick book. And like, can you even see the words? Like, can you see the words? Like, the words are really small. Like, it's not like these new books that they're printing where the words are actually like readable. But yeah, so I have no idea what this is about. Yeah, but it's really big. And Mammoth March, I don't know. Maybe this month I will actually like take a gander and start reading from the beginning. Like, yo, look at this book. Yeah, Count of Monte Cristo. So the next book on my Mammoth March marathon long page big chunky book list is The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois. I always put an S at the end of it because, like, I don't know. I just, like, are you supposed to say Du Bois or Du Bois? I don't know. As many times as I've heard so many people say that name, I have a French last name, and I barely know how to pronounce my own last name. So when I see stuff like this, I'm always just like, Du Bois. But yeah, so that's what this is, The Love Songs of W.E.B. And I actually read this book, as you can see. Look at my little tabs. Got my tabs going there. Yeah, there was a lot going on in this book that made me feel like I needed to like remember. But yeah, so This book was absolutely amazing, like following generations of a really, really large, close-knit family and following the main character, Allie, through like going through school, going to college, becoming a woman, and just her connections with the family members that make up her family. And woo, it was crazy. I'm sure in one of my old videos I have like a more like deeper review on what happened in this book, but yeah, this was crazy. Maybe I will like revisit this because growing up in the South and just being a woman and just dealing with men and dealing with society, being black, and just having to deal with family wanting you to be someone and you want to be yourself. Life is hard, and this was a tough read. It was long, but it was worth it. Long stories really, they mean something. But I read this one. Maybe I'll read it again. But yeah, love songs. So the next book on my Mammoth March long page chunky book big back cover reading list is the Iliad and the Odyssey. So I guess this is kind of like a cheat because there's like 2 books in here, but I mean, come on. Like this is 5 books in my opinion. This is thick. And the only reason that I picked this book up at Barnes and Nobles, like I mean, Barnes and Nobles, their prices are crazy. I'm not making that type of money as of yet to be a confident Barnes and Noble shopper, but I saw this there and it was $8. Like they actually do have sales. And when I walk in and I see a sale, I do take advantage. I do. But yeah, so the Iliad and the Odyssey. I have no idea what the Iliad is about, but I do remember when I was younger watching the Odyssey movie that would come on all the time. And I'm sure that has something to do with this guy named Homer and these people on a boat, and they're traveling and they're on their way back home from a war, I think. I don't remember. But like when I was a kid, I was really into like Greek mythology, Roman mythology, and all of those things, the Greek gods and all of the different monsters and, you know, all that magical stuff. Loved that when I was younger. So I feel like, yeah, maybe it's time for me to get back into that. I mean, maybe not with this chunky book. Like, I don't know. The cover is really cool. I like the colors. And yeah, it's a magical story. And these are also classics, just like Alexander Dumas. Maybe I will read this soon. Maybe not this month, but in honor of Mammoth March, we are taking a gander at the Iliad and the Odyssey. Yeah, maybe. So, the next and unfortunately the last book on my Mammoth March Marathon Madness long page big back book list is Divine Days. Divine Days is by Leon Forrest. And yeah, this is one of the more recent chunky books that I've bought. I saw this book in a bookstore when I was working in Soho, and you know, I just couldn't help it. I saw like the chunkiest book on the shelf. Look at that. The chunkiest book on the shelf, and I was like, yeah, let me buy this. Let me be extra. Let me make everyone else feel terrible. Like when you pick up a book like this in the bookstore, this means you're a reader. This means I challenge you to a duel of pages. But yeah, so Divine Days. I believe that I did a review on this book. Not a review, a preview on this book. I haven't read it yet, of course. Look at this. But I was talking about it and how I want to read it and how Leon Forrest is like an amazing writer from Chicago. And I guess what, in my opinion, makes him an amazing artist and author is, you know, he got praise from Toni Morrison. Anyone that Toni Morrison loves, I just feel like I just have to love them. Like it doesn't matter who they are. And because she kind of like backs Leon, I'm just here for it. So yeah, this is a book about an author who writes like magical stories, I believe, some type of like mythology, maybe African mythology, and he's working and trying to make money as a writer, and that's all I know. But I think if I read any of these big books, this will probably be the first one that I read, just because, I don't know, maybe it's the cover. Maybe I love the cover so much. Maybe because I just like the way that this one feels. The words are not as small as the other ones. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe the spirit of Toni Morrison is telling me to read this as well. But if I read any of these soon, it'll probably be this one first. So yeah, Divine Days. We'll see. So this was a quick little video for me to kind of like stop in, say what's up, let you all know that I've read absolutely nothing. Out of all of the books that I've been talking about, I've been working. I think everyone has just been working. Everyone I know is just like really like punching in those time cards, taking those lunch breaks and getting right back to it. So that's what life is giving. But I'm glad that I got a chance to come by, stop by, talk about these chunky big back books. And yeah, let's see if I read any of them. If you all have any chunky big back books that you want to tell me about that maybe I should look into or maybe even purchase for Mammoth March, let me know in the comments. I want to see all your suggestions because I should be buying new books. It's been a while. Maybe it's time for a dun 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 book haul. That was probably too dramatic, but here we are. I just want to say thank you all for stopping by and checking out this video as I talk about my big back books. And you already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. Tell me how you're feeling about this quick year. It's already like running into spring. So, you know, let's chit chat about it. And I'm glad that you guys stopped by. But until next time, peace.